Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be taking the 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe on a POV test drive. For 2022, Hyundai did add a new trim. It's called XRT for the 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe lineup, but this one is the SEL trim and it is finished in Twilight Black. Let's go ahead and take it on a test drive and see how it does. All right, let's go ahead and take this Santa Fe on a test drive and see how it does. And everything looks good. It is nice and wide. By the way, here is the backup camera. Backup camera is nice and clear, and it is nice and wide. Alright, so driving this 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe, nothing was really changed for 2022. Basically just a carryover from the 21, and as I said, they did actually add this new trim. It's called XRT trim. I'm not exactly sure what it has and what kind of features Hyundai added to that trim, but now I think there's 5 trims you could choose from: SE, SEL, XRT, and the limited and calligraphy, or calligraphy, whatever is it called. But this Santa Fe drives nice and smooth. Interior is nice and spacious. Good amount of storage place. There's a storage place right there. There's one underneath the middle console. We're gonna go ahead and take this Santa Fe on the highway and see how it does. Just gonna put it in sport mode. Nothing crazy. And actually it does handle very good for an SUV. It is staying nice and flat. Yep, definitely with sport mode, it makes everything more aggressive. Steering wheel becomes a little bit heavy, and shifting becomes a little bit more aggressive. It holds up, basically keeps the RPMs higher, so the SUV is always at higher torque. So this SUV is nice and responsive. Nothing crazy from this 2.5 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. It does produce 191 horses and 181 pound-feet of torque. It does take a little bit of time to reach higher speeds, but it's not too bad. But what's bad is the MPGs on this Santa Fe. For the engine size and for the horsepower and torque numbers this Santa Fe has, the MPGs are 22 in the city, 25 highway, and 24 combined. So I really wish that this Santa Fe had around 30 miles per gallon on the highway. I think it would have been better, but 25 for an SUV that has a small engine and doesn't have enough horsepower and torque, or it has low horsepower and torque. I think 25 on the highway is not good. But definitely this thing is nice and comfortable. 8-inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It does have all the nice safety features, and the price on this one is almost $33,000 with destination and shipping or handling. But wow, this thing is seriously very quiet on the highway. Suspension setup is very good. It does handle very good around corners and turns. Brakes feel good. Yep, definitely brakes are very, very good on this Santa Fe. It does have an 8-speed automatic transmission, and that 8-speed automatic transmission is actually surprisingly responsive. Yep, definitely stays nice and flat. For an SUV, I think this is very, very good. It is nice and responsive from a dead stop. So let's go ahead and put it back in sport mode. Yep, definitely nothing crazy. So I really wish this engine had a little bit more horsepower and torque. But as I said, from a dead stop, it is nice and responsive. And this SUV is very comfortable. So the suspension is very good around corners, but at the same time, driving on the highway, doing city driving, super comfortable. And I'm not exactly sure how my GoPro is picking up the sound, but in person, this thing is super quiet. No wind noise, no road noise from the tires or from the outside. Even the cars next to me, I'm not hearing a lot of sound coming into the cabin. But wow, seriously, this thing is impressive. For $33,000, I think you are getting a good amount of things, but MPGs are not good. I hate the fact that the tail lights are all halogen, so everything in the back is going to be halogen. In the front, the headlights are going to be LED, but the only thing in the front is not LED, is going to be the turn signal indicators. So overall, beautiful SUV, nice and comfortable, very quiet, and wow, seriously, this thing is impressive. Gauges look good, and by the way, it does have all the safety features. Let's go ahead and activate the lane keep assist, steering assist. And the SUV is driving by itself. You could increase the distance between you and the car in front of you by clicking this button right here. It does give you a message on the in the middle screen saying that you have to touch the steering wheel every about 15 seconds. But yeah, seriously guys, this thing is beautiful. 8-speed automatic transmission, it's nice and responsive. Upshifting is a little bit slow, but downshifting is very nice and responsive. Yeah, definitely this 2.5 is weak, but if you guys want something faster, Hyundai does offer the Santa Fe in a 2.5 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that actually is very responsive and quick. I did drive the 2.5 turbo and I was very impressed. This 2.5 is not too bad, but for the MPGs, I think it's not the best in its class. But yeah, seriously, very impressed with the way how it drives. Super nice and comfortable, quiet on the highway, and engine, I think it could be a little bit better, but it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and put it in sport mode, and let's go ahead and turn off the traction control. As I mentioned, it does pull nice. It's very nice and responsive from a dead stop. But if you're doing maybe 20, 30, 40 miles per hour and then you hit the gas pedal, it's very lazy and it's not as responsive, or I shouldn't say not as responsive, I should say it doesn't pull hard because of the, of course, the torque and the horsepower this Santa Fe has. This middle console looks amazing. It does have 2 cup holders, a wireless phone charger, 1 USB. Here is the shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission. It does have an engine shut off, so when you come to a complete stop, the engine will actually turn off. And it does have brake hold. Here is the mode selector, and it does have a locker. Basically, it locks the wheels, and for that, it makes it locks the wheels so they spin at the same time. And when they spin at the same time, it makes it easier to get out of mud or snow. Super nice and responsive. It does have 4 modes: sport, smart, snow, and comfort. And I forgot to mention, but it does have blind spot monitoring system, all the nice safety features: steering assist, lane keep assist, and braking assist, or emergency braking. This thing is super comfortable. It honestly feels like a hybrid driving in the city. Let's go ahead and test the steering radius on this Santa Fe. The steering wheel is super light. Definitely this thing turns very good. Steering wheel is super light, as I said, and super impressed. Interior looks good. This middle console looks amazing. I really love the trim on this middle console. I've noticed something: the fan is very loud in this Santa Fe. So number 1 is actually very, very loud. I really wish it wasn't. We're gonna go ahead and do another acceleration right here with traction control off. It is in sport mode. By the way, this SEL trim has heated seats, and you could, I think, get the convenience package and the premium package on the Santa Fe. That's for the 21. I'm not sure if anything changed for 2022, if Hyundai added more packages. The 2022 is not on the Hyundai website yet. Probably it's going to be there soon. The engine is currently off, and when it's off, basically it's saving gas. You could turn off that feature if you want to, or keep it on, so it's up to you. Yep, definitely nice and responsive. Brakes are very good. 8-inch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and very, very impressed. I think there's 5 trims, as I said: SE, SEL, XRT, Limited, and the calligraphy for the 22. I'm very curious about what the XRT has. It would be really cool if Hyundai added a trim that is an off-road trim, like basically it has like an aggressive, like a Santa Fe that has aggressive rubber, like all-terrain. That would be really, really cool. And maybe like an inch lift. that would be really, really nice. But again, guys, I'm very, very impressed with with how this Santa Fe drives. It does have some halogen lights on the higher trims. It does have some LED lights. As I said, they're going to be 2 cup holders, 1 USB, and they're going to be a storage place inside. It's nice and big, and it does have like a removable tray. But fan finish is great. The cabin noise is very good on the highway. MPGs, as I said, 22 in the city, not too bad. 24 combined, not bad, but 25 on the highway, I don't think that's good. I really wish it was more like 30 or maybe 28, 29. So what do I think about the Santa Fe? This 2022 Santa Fe is amazing and drives nice and smooth, beautiful on the highway, very nice and quiet city driving. It feels like the engine is off, and this thing handles actually very, very good. I was shocked with how this Santa Fe handles. Seriously, such a beautiful SUV. For $33,000, I think you're getting a good amount of things. And I think Hyundai does actually do some offers and discounts on these. But I hope you guys enjoyed this POV test drive. I would like to thank Firas and Key Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this Santa Fe. If you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link at the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.